Hey guys, welcome to AIBER. As you all know, computer science is a vast field, and going on a path to get the knowledge about it takes some small steps. One such small step can be considered as web development. Nowadays, when you see a website, some of you might think that, oh, what a good website. I would like to make one of my own. So here we are to get you to your goal of making good and effective websites. The content of this video will be what is web development and how to start, categorization of web development, introduction to front end development, relating HTML, CSS, and JavaScript through real life example, starting with HTML basics, and in the next video, I will show how to install Visual Studio Code. Web development. Web development is the building and maintenance of websites. Web developers or developers do this by using a variety of coding languages. Like basically think that web development is just like the work done behind the scenes to make a website look great, work fast, and perform well with a seamless user experience. The web developers do this by using a variety of languages. The languages they use depend on the type of task they are performing and the platform they are working on. Web development skills are highly demanded skills all over the world because they don't need any traditional university degree to become qualified. This field can be divided into two parts, front-end development and back-end development. Let's look into details. A front-end developer takes care of layout, design and interactivity through HTML, CSS and JavaScript. They basically take an idea from a drawing board and turn it into reality. I can explain it in simple terms like what you use and what you see, such as visual aspects of the websites, the drop down menus, and the text are all brought together by a front end developer who writes a series of programs to bind and structure the elements, make them look good, and add interactivity. These programs are run through a browser. Now, the backend developer engineers what is going on behind the scenes. This is where the data is stored, and without this data, there would be no front end. The backend of the web consists of server that hosts the website, an application for running it, and a database to contain the data. Basically, the backend developer uses computer programs to ensure that the server, the application, and the database run smoothly together. This type of development needs to analyze what a company's needs are and provide efficient programming solutions to them. To all to do all this amazing stuff, they use variety of server-side languages like Python, Ruby, Java, PHP, etc. If front-end and back-end developments are combined together, they become full-stack development. Now let's start with front-end development. Front-end development consists of basically three languages: HTML, which provides the basic data structure of sites, which is enhanced and modified by other technologies like CSS and JavaScript. CSS. CSS is used to control presentation, formatting, and layout. JavaScript. JavaScript is used to control the behavior of different elements. I can explain this through a simple life example. You can see a house. A house consists of many things like beds, sofas, almiras, and tables, etc. Tables, chairs, etc. The basic structure of all these things can be considered as HTML languages. The color of those things and the orientation of these things can be considered as CSS language. And the functionality of our house, like eating, sleeping, and other things, can be considered as JavaScript code. I can explain one more example. See, as you all know how a car is built. Car has some basic structure. This basic structure can be considered as HTML. Now, the coloring and orientation of the car can be considered as CSS language. And the features, the functionality like power window, power steering can be considered as JavaScript language. Let's start with HTML basics. HTML was first created in 1989. It stands for Hypertext Markup Language. Hypertext means that the document contains links that allow the reader to jump to other places in the document or to another document altogether. The latest version is known as HTML5. A markup language is a way that computer speaks to each other to control how text is processed and presented. To do this, HTML uses two things: text and attributes. Now, the markup text tell the web browser that how the content is being displayed. An HTML file must have an HTML file extension. Guys, remember that whenever you want to save an HTML file, you must save it with the extension .html. I will I will show you how to do that later. An HTML file can be created using a simple text editor. The basic text editor used by general people can be Notepad, but I will show you how to work on other softwares for development. The advantage of hypertext markup language is that a hyperreference can be created, such as a document can be accessed from anywhere in the world. It is the newest version of HTML being used is HTML5 with new elements, attributes, and behaviors, and large set of technologies that allow the building of more diverse and powerful websites and applications. HTML tags are used to mark up HTML elements. Now some tips about HTML are: HTML tags are surrounded by angle brackets. We are mostly aware that we use left and right arrows in our keyboard. These left and right arrows in our keyboard is considered as HTML angle brackets in the language. Most HTML tags comes in pairs. These pairs are start tag and end tag. The text between the start tag and the end tag is the element content. The tags act as a container. They contain the element content and should be properly nested. HTML tags are not case sensitive. This is a huge advantage of HTML over XHTML. As you can see, small b between the angle brackets means the same as capital B between the angle brackets. There are some more things like attributes and others. We will use them in next lectures. Now, this is the basic HTML structure. HTML consists of two parts: head and body. Head and body has many more elements and tags like title for the head, and for body there are headings, paragraphs, etc. Here you can see the basic structure. Doctype HTML is basically used to show that we are using the latest version of HTML, that is HTML5. The HTML tag here is the root element of the whole structure. Now I had told you that there are two parts of HTML: head and body. You can see here they both have end tags also. Head has end tag slash head and body has end tag slash body. There are many more elements like title. In body there are more things too. I will show you them in next lecture. Now, for any queries, please contact with us in the comment section. Thank you.